Hey guys, welcome to Date Night with Eyeless Jack. Now, I was really stupid and I actually recorded this entire game. Well, I played this entire game. I thought I hit the record button, but I didn't, so I'm playing it again. I'm gonna try to pick the same choices I picked last time just because I thought it was a pretty good ending that we got. But before trying to play this, I actually read the creepypasta Eyeless Jack, so I'd know what it was all about. And I thought it was like it was kind of a terribly written story, but it was different, and it's one of the most popular creepypastas from what I understand. I don't really know much about creepypastas. I know of just a few of them. It's one of the only ones I've read, actually. But it's a pretty silly game. It's not a horror game. It's pretty fun. So I guess we'll just jump back into it. And like I said, I've already played this because I unfortunately didn't hit the record button. That really pisses me off, to be honest. What is your name? So I just put my name as Cody Station, which made things pretty funny. Because he refers to us as this name. The sound of people chattering and wine glasses clinking fills your ears. Watching everyone else spending time together makes you feel a bit awkward about sitting alone. However, you comfort yourself with the thought that soon enough your date would arrive. The people around you seem to think that your date won't be good at company. The nearby area is completely void of any other customers, except you, of course. Does your own opinion match the customers, or perhaps you're more open about it? Okay, so surely he's not that bad. I'm actually a bit nervous. Is my hair well? There isn't anything weird on my face, right? I'll just stick around for the food. I don't actually want to date this creep. Alright, just chill. Nothing to worry about. He better be grateful that I showed up. Wait, he's late? So we're just gonna go with surely he's not that bad. I mean, how bad can it be that you're going on a date with this monster, murderous serial killer? It can't be that bad. Surely he's not that bad. From what I've heard, he's pretty nice when he's not stealing your organs. Hey, Cody Station, right? Sorry for being late. I had some things to do. You wake up from your thoughts to find a familiar face at the end of the table. He'd already sat down and everything. A somewhat nervous smile tugged his lips. Oh yes, that's me. You must be Jack then. So, how's your day been? Hey there, where's your mask? Oh, hi. Mind if I ask what was keeping you busy? And what exactly did you have to do? Murder people again? Finally! So, we're gonna go with hey, where's your mask? Because if you guys have read the creepypasta of Eyeless Jack, then you'll know that he always wears a mask that has no nose and no mouth hole. So he shouldn't be able to just smile. So his mask is missing, and why is it missing? Well, I thought it'd be nice if you could actually see my face. Besides, we're in a restaurant, we're going to eat something, can't exactly eat with a mask on. Now that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Like, he wouldn't be able to eat food if he's got this mask on, so I can go with that answer. That makes sense, and it's definitely nicer to be able to talk face to face, which is exactly what I was just saying. I don't care if you wear a mask or not, Mumbles, but I guess it's nicer this way. Yeah, I think you look a lot better without the mask. I think you could have taken the mask with you. It's not really any less creepy looking. Let's go with that makes sense, because it does make sense, because he's in a restaurant on a date, and he's eating, so it makes sense he didn't bring the mask that he usually wears. Great, but I'm curious, why did you come to this date? Why not? There hasn't been anything interesting happening lately, so I thought this could be fun. Are you kidding? I had to come here. I've heard so many things about you. I couldn't just pass up the opportunity to meet you, especially if I'm not going to be, well, murdered in the process. All you need to know is that I didn't come here voluntarily. Well, because I wanted to spend time with you, of course. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to tell you all of my secrets. Don't get the wrong idea, I just didn't have anything else to do. Because a kiss on my forehead isn't good enough for me. Let's just go with... Are you kidding? I had to come here. So... I mean, that seems like the best thing. All these other answers seem negative. Right, I think you should order your food. We didn't come here just to chat, right? You give Jack a puzzled look. Aren't you going to eat anything? I was about to ask you, actually. I took something to eat with me since I don't really like the normal food they serve here. But since I know most people wouldn't like to watch me eat, I'm going to ask if it's alright with you. Oh, and I do have permission to eat here. Sure, go ahead, I don't mind. It's not that I don't want you to eat, but I kinda get sick easily when it comes to blood and all that, so if it's not too much trouble, could you not eat right now? That's disgusting, no! Okay, we're gonna go with sure, go ahead, I don't mind. So it doesn't bother you? Great! Jack reaches into the pocket of his hoodie and pulls out a red, bleeding organ. He takes a bite out of it, and then puts it on a plate. Yeah, I think we're gonna regret this. We probably shouldn't have... I don't think this makes a very good date. If your date's just eating a bloody organ while you're eating food, like that's I don't know. I don't think I would do too well with that. The smell is rather strong, and you try not to stare too much at the organ in front of you while you eat your own food. What does human meat taste like? How did you get permission to eat here? So, what do you like to do? Can't you at least use a knife and a fork? Let's ask him what he likes to do. This is a date after all. We need to figure out more about this guy. Well, I like to watch TV sometimes. Most of the things on there are pretty stupid, but I suppose that's what makes them so funny. I don't know, it's just amusing to see a professional chef yelling at others about lamb sauce. What about you, though? What do you like to do? I actually like watching TV as well. I like sports, actually. I'm interested in something that's a bit more unusual, I suppose. I like to do things that are relaxing, nothing too active, none of your business. I'm into creative hobbies, or I like anime. Let's go into the creative hobbies thing since this is a YouTube channel and I edit videos on here and stuff, so that's creative, I guess. I'm into creative hobbies. You tell Jack about your favorite creative activities. He nods every once in a while to show that he's listening. It isn't really my thing, but it sounds cool. You and Jack finish your meals. However, it seems that the most disastrous thing that could ever happen during a date is happening right now. An awkward silence. Jack seems to be looking somewhere else, keeping himself busy, but you were fairly certain that he was aware of this situation. And that means it's up to you to fix it. After some thinking, you come up with a genius conversation starter, which is a pickup line. I've been practicing, and this is my chance to use the cheesiest and hopefully the most charming one. A funny joke, although the only things I'm able to come up with right now are puns, but who knows, maybe he likes puns. Talking is way too old school. Instead, I'll fold an origami from this paper I found and give it to him. A conversation about the most cruel thing you've ever done to another living being. Not petting a cute dog you saw. A conversation about other guys he knows to, find out more about his friends. Yeah, that's it. You're totally not trying to find someone else to date. Let's go with a pickup line, because that should be pretty fun. Do you know what you're made out of? Boyfriend material. Ooh. chuckles. Is it hot in here or is it just you? Now you're blushing. I was about to ask you that. Your lips look lonely. Would they like to meet mine? That's so cheesy. That's an unoriginal one. I didn't think you'd flirt back. This is embarrassing. Let's go with your lips look lonely. Would they like to meet mine? That sounds like a pretty good choice. Your lips look lonely. Would they like to meet mine? Jack lets out a laugh, grinning just a tad wider. Maybe later, but let's not get too carried away right now. I don't think the people here could stop us when things get a little too intense. Jack finds himself laughing once he sees my rather flustered expression. Things are going pretty smoothly so far. If you want this date to be considered a smooth experience, you have to keep this up. What should the two of you talk about? Philosophy. There's nothing better than pondering the meaning of life and all of existence during a date to a restaurant. Puns. Just puns. Genocide, murder, and everything similar. Jack's an expert on the topic. I'm sure it'll be very interesting. Our lives as they are currently, because Jack's more than just a murderer and I don't care what everyone else says. Our shared hatred for each other, because screw smooth dates. Let's go with our lives as they currently are. You and Jack have a pleasant conversation about your lives as they currently are. Jack tells you of his adventures and the different places he usually visits. There were many, as he travels a lot in search of a safe place to stay. Somehow he managed to bump into familiar face even if he went further away. You, of course, share stories about your own life, relationships, and everything else meaningful. He listened to you attentively, but didn't ask you where you live or anything similar, which is a sign that he's actually interested in learning more about you. It was good to learn more about Jack and his day-to-day life. Naturally, it's very different from mine. As we talked, I noticed that he was very different from what I imagined him to be. It was actually nice to talk with him, but my urges to not show my interest and liking towards him is making me want to say the opposite. I made sure to make myself extremely cool, not to impress him, but to make him look like a loser. Let's go with it was good to learn more about Jack. But it's nice to think that we can get along despite our differences. Jack glances at a nearby clock on the wall. A look of realization takes over his face and he turns to you. Now he's able to see the clock and everything else in the first place is not now. How he's able to see the clock and everything else in the first place is a mystery that you'll have to solve some other time. Got tongue-tied there a little bit. I think you should pay for your food. We don't have much time left. I do as Jack suggested and pay for what I ordered. With my persuasion skills, I managed to convince Jack to split the bill. I pretty much begged Jack to pay for me, which he eventually does due to finding me extremely annoying, but oh well. I force him to pay for me. Let's go with I do as Jack suggested and pay for what I ordered because we're the one that ordered it. He brought something. He didn't even eat at this restaurant, so we should pay for the food that we ordered specifically. Simple and straightforward, also fair because Jack didn't order anything, which is exactly what I just said. Now, when the payment is out of the way, the two of you prepare to leave. This is when people start saying goodbye, but the question is, how will you say goodbye? It seems Jack's busy thinking about something, offering you the chance to plan your amazing departure. I stretch out my hand to shake his. I spread my arms to give him a hug. This date has gone so well, surely he won't reject me if I just lean a little bit closer and maybe glance at his lips. I mean, what's a date without a kiss? I admit, this date hasn't been amazing, but surely, I can get at least a little tiny kiss. I lean forward and even close my eyes. At that point, I can just hope he doesn't reject me. I don't do anything, I just stay silent. let's try to go for that kiss. Let's just go in, all in for this. You can hear your own heartbeat running marathons as you stare into pitch black darkness. No, you had not gone blind from the anxiety of waiting your date to kiss you. You just had closed your eyes. You were about to explode from the embarrassment of rejection when you felt a pair of lips press against yours. The sheer surprise made you open your eyes, only to see a blushing Jack pulling away from you. I had a great time, Cody Station. Honestly, I'm kinda sad that I have to go already, but maybe we'll meet again. I'd love to, Jack. I guess it'd be nice, I don't know. Yeah, it'd be nice. I'd love to, Jack. Let's go with that. What I said made him grin. Damn it, stop making me blush with your strange adorableness. Goodbye, Cody Station. You stand up and walk to the door. Before you leave, you turn to look back. Jack's still sitting at his table, slowly sinking back into his thoughts. One last thing, Jack. You're strangely adorable. Bye, sucker! You're a pretty cool guy, Jack. We should hang out more. And don't get the wrong idea. I totally don't like you or anything, dummy. Don't forget about me, Jack. I think you have a nice face. Wait, no, that's weird. I mean, I like your shirt? Adios, mi amigo, you say in an extremely deep voice. Let's just tell me he's adorable. When you left, Jack found himself hoping that there would have been more time. It was strangely troubling to sit alone once more. He craved company. Your company. This strange feeling made him smile, yet also made him feel lonely. And even if he lacked the words to describe his feelings, he knew how to fix it. By being around you. Now he'll just have to figure out how to get in contact with you. But once he does, what will you say? Even to him, a merciless killer, that question invoked feelings of nervousness. Jack felt appreciated and understood in your company. The things you said had him absolutely fascinated, and he couldn't help but stare at you. Luckily, you didn't notice. Or maybe it didn't bother you. Something that's rather new to him is also the strange feeling of trust, like he could talk about anything to you. Of course, he's not exactly used to getting butterflies in his stomach and giggling whenever he thinks of a specific person either. But one thing's for sure, his friends and acquaintances thought he was strangely chipper when he returned. In fact, here's a few things they thought of you. Okay, so this has got to be Jeff the Killer, which is one of the only other creepypastas that I know about. He's been smiling like an idiot all day. It's like he thinks he can do anything, and even if I threatened to ruin all of his research, he couldn't care less. That's when you know something's up. Helen Bloody Painter. I don't know who this is, so this might be a popular creepypasta. I honestly don't know. I've never heard of this character. He won't stop talking about someone named Cody Station. Honestly, it's a little annoying, but I'm not going to say anything. He's clearly happy, and I'm glad for him, and I guess I deserve it since apparently I fuss over my art too much. I guess that's supposed to be a funny reference to this character, I don't know. Tim Maskey. I don't know this guy either, so he could be a popular creepypasta story character, I don't know. I'll probably look into more creepypastas now. I never thought I'd see him like that. Seriously, the way he's acting makes me feel like tomorrow he might be picking flowers and braiding this person's hair who he's apparently so in love with. It does make me interested in meeting this Cody Station, since what kind of a person gets an eyeless man-eating monster to jump around on his tippy toes? That is a pretty good question. A romantic evening for romantic feelings. Alright, so I thought that was pretty good, even though I had to play through it twice since I was stupid and didn't record the first time. But I really like this. It makes me more interested in creepypastas, so I'll probably read a few more. I know there's some people on YouTube that just kind of read creepypastas to you, so I don't know, maybe I'll check out some of those videos. But I thought this was pretty funny. It definitely wasn't a horror game, even though it's based on a horror story. I'll go ahead and leave a link to this game in the description so you guys can go check it out for yourself, and you guys can pick the other options, because I'm pretty satisfied with the direction our story went. It had a nice little ending. I'm pretty sure this is like the best ending, the nicest ending. But I guess I'll leave it here. So thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time.